if you need it. know words, you can sing along. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's so nice to be here together. We want to welcome everyone here who's with us in person. It's so exciting that we're all here together. We are not alone. We're joined by folks with us from across the country and, in fact, across the world with us on our live stream as well. So there's a little red dot back there. If we can turn and give everyone a wave in a part of our LBT family who are not currently with us, we're so glad that you're here. Thank you for being with us. When we say Shabbat Shalom, we say Shalom. Part of Shabbat Shalom is Shalom, of course. What does Shalom mean? Peace. Shalom means peace. What else does Shalom mean? Hello. Shalom means hello. What else does Shalom mean? Goodbye. Goodbye. Shalom means goodbye. There's a different meaning of the word shalom that you learn like when you get to the first year of rabbinical school. Shalom means anything that is complete or whole. Anything that is made whole or anything that's made complete. And it's this sort of secret meaning of shalom that I just saved you 1 year's worth of tuition from the Hebrew Union College. And when we say shalom, we're saying hello, and yes, we might be saying goodbye, or we might be bringing in peace, but we're also bringing in wholeness and completeness. And tonight is a night where I feel more whole, I feel more complete, because I am so thrilled and honored and excited to welcome our LBT rabbinic intern, Max Antman, to the Friday Night Bima for the very first time. Max is a fifth-year rabbinical student at the Hebrew Union College, so he will be ordained as a rabbi in probably less than 6 months.
So I knew that shalom thing.
You knew that, yeah.
I learned that.
You learned that already. You're good. You're ready. You're ready to launch. Max is a fifth-year student, so he'll be ordained in probably 6 months as a rabbi. And we have already been blessed at Leo Beck Temple by Max's presence and his gifts through our community organizing work, through our religious school in the teen program. And now we are blessed to welcome Max and to have him be part of our community in prayer and in wisdom. And we're so grateful. And tonight will be an opportunity for us to bring just some extra shalom, not just peace, but wholeness, this sort of extra amount of completeness and wholeness into our lives, whether it's from our community or whether it's from our music or if it's from just giving us a chance to sit in silence or in spaciousness for us to be together. We'll begin on page 344. 344 with Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, an opportunity for us to sing a new song.
sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Yeah, we're only hearing harmony from the center. What's going on with the wings? Where's the harmony? We begin to welcome the light of Shabbat with the poetic words of Lecha Dodi. The medieval rabbis tell us that when God went about creating the world, each day of creation had its partner. Days 1 and 4 were connected by light. Days 2 and 5 with water and oceans. And days 3 and 7 and 6 by the wide expanse of earth and its vegetation. But the seventh day, Shabbat, had no partner. So God promised that the Jewish people would forever occupy this position. So as Shabbat begins, we go out to greet our beloved, like two spouses meeting on their wedding day. Please join us on page 20 for Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, sheshleimu tiferet v'litchila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha. Merosh mikadem nesucha, sof maaseh machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ma'ori, kori ori. Uri, uri, shidaveri, kavod Adonai, alaich nigla. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala,
call to prayer, which can be found on page 28.
Ma'ariv Aravim is often translated as who brings the evening dusk. But the word Erev, meaning evening, makes up both the roots Ma'ariv and Aravim, hinting at an alternate definition. Erev can also mean to mix two substances together, leading us to a slightly deeper imagery, a mixing of afternoon and evening light to create twilight. This prayer acknowledges the challenges of moving between one state of being and another, morning into evening, fall into winter, the mundane into the holy. It validates our fears about the in-between, but also acts as a reminder of our strength and resilience. In saying Ma'ariv Aravim, we not only acknowledge the liminal spaces we occupy, we also take ownership of them. We thank God for our capacity to mix different substances together, ultimately creating something new. We join together on page 30 at the bottom, and we read, Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim.
Our Shema is our prayer of oneness. And we'll join together. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת.
On the bottom of page 39, in a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to your way, inspired by prophets and instructed by sages. Time and again, we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for that day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Please join us on the following page from Mi Chamocha.
Ya la la la, ya la 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 la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai, who is like you? Adonai, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
On the next page, we invite you to join us for Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha.
Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Keep us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us not wrong from right. Oh, Adonai. Amen. 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 Just our voices. Amen. 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 As we approach the Amidah this evening, I invite you to take 3 steps back and 3 steps forward, recentering your prayer as we enter a new space, one that is holy in its difference. The Amidah is an opportunity to reflect on what has occurred this past week, perhaps what has occurred these past few weeks, where you are spiritually tonight, and what you really need from this community. If it's helpful to read the words in the book, please do so. Or take some time when we have concluded for silent meditation. We'll come back together, but please be seated when you are done. We join together for the Amidah on page 46. Please rise.
Adonai sifata tiftach ufi agita ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips and let my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Hastei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Adonai, Magen Avraham, Va'ezrat Sarah, Ata Gibor Olam Adonai, Mehaye Hakol Ata, Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach, Umorid HaGashem, Mechalkel Hayim Behesed, Mehaye Hakol Berachamim Rabbi. Somech noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, umekahayem emunato, lishene afar. Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, umidom melach, Melech meimit u'mechayeh u'matzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata lachayot hakol Baruch ata Adonai Chaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukadoshim b'chol yom, yehalelucha sela. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Our prayer for peace this evening is going to be a special prayer for peace, not only because our world needs peace so much right now, but because we can become agents of peace when we offer Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od means more. May we offer just a little bit more peace in our world, so when we leave Shabbat, we can go out into the world and do just something a little extra that we wouldn't otherwise do to bring peace into our world. That's on page 353. And while you turn to page 353, I have to shed light on the fact that we are now joined up here on the bima with our very dearly beloved Cantor Linda Cates.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We are so blessed to have you here. We are so grateful.
I am blessed to be here. I'm overflowing. I'm so blessed.
We'll bring some of this overflowing joy and peace as we sing Od Yavo Shalom, our world that is in need of so much peace that we all know. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Le'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Le'al kulam. Salam, salam. Leinu le'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Salam, salam. Leinu le'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo
Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat Shalom Aleinu. Shabbat Shalom Aleinu. Shabbat Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Shabbat shalom aleinu. Shabbat shalom aleinu. Shabbat shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat shalom aleinu. Shabbat shalom aleinu. Shabbat shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
We can all put our hands on our heart, or we can even give some magic fingers for Cantor Cates, because we're so glad that you're bringing your music and you're bringing your heart and you're really bringing your whole self here. And thank you for being here.
It's as high as it goes. Perhaps you've heard the story of Simcha Bunim, a 19th century Hasidic rabbi from Poland who was known for carrying 2 slips of paper in each of his pockets. On the first piece of paper, he wrote, Bishvili nivra ha'olam. The world was created for me. A passage from the Babylonian Talmud that celebrates the creation of human beings and their almost limitless potential. And on the second piece of paper, he wrote, Va'anochi afar ve'afar. I am but dust and ashes. A verse from Torah, which acts as a reminder of our very small place within an ever-expanding world. Rabbi Bunim went on to say that one must be very thoughtful about when and where to reach into which pocket, for each note has its proper place and time. I've been thinking a lot about this story in the weeks since Simchat Torah, a holiday that celebrates the joy of Jewish peoplehood through the cyclical nature of our Torah readings, but which this year was marked by something entirely more painful. As the tragedy in Israel was unfolding, many of us were right here at Leobek Temple, dancing with our Sifrei Torah and singing songs of celebration. And that duality, the extreme joy and pain being experienced by the Jewish family at the very same moment, is almost impossible for me to fathom. An evening made of singing and weeping, dancing and fleeing, living and dying. I'm embarrassed for having been celebrating during the massacre of our people. And in the weeks since, I have felt guilt every time my mind has wandered away from the violence in Israel, Gaza, and the West Bank, or the rise of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia here and throughout the diaspora. Earlier this week, I went to a Jewish comedy show in downtown LA, and after 90 minutes of tearful laughter, my friend turned to me and said, I didn't know we were still allowed to laugh like that. It's been so long since I've experienced any emotion other than sadness. This great tension between the pains and joys in life forms the centerpiece of Parshat Toldot, the Parsha we read this week, which begins with the story of our matriarch Rebecca and her journey to motherhood. After years of infertility and pleading with God, Rebecca is finally able to conceive, but her pregnancy is an agonizing one. We read, V'yitrotzetzu habanim b'kirba. The children struggle in her womb. These unborn sons, the children Rebekah beseeched God for, now at war inside her belly, causing immense physical and emotional distress. And our matriarch cries out with one of the most painfully human verses found in Torah. Im ken lama ze anochi. If this is so, why do I exist? If the pain of pregnancy is so great, why did I yearn and pray so deeply for it? How can I possibly endure it, let alone find joy in it? The 12th century Spanish philosopher Maimonides translates Rebekah's question even more starkly, writing that the correct interpretation of Lama ze anochi is, why am I in the world? Would that I did not exist, that I should die, or never have come into existence. Like Moses, who urges God to let him die rather than face the grievances of the Israelites, or Job, whose unending anguish compels him to exclaim, I should have been as though I had not been. Rebekah reaches a point of real desperation. So she does the only thing she can think of to do. Lidrosh et Adonai. She demands an explanation from Adonai. But the answer is anything but sufficient. 2 nations are in your womb, God tells her. 2 separate peoples shall issue from your body. One people shall be mightier than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. There's no acknowledgement of the pain Rebekah is feeling, nor any strategy for how she might come to live with it. God simply informs her that pregnancy, while beautiful, is also painful. And due to the violent future of these 2 children, hers will be doubly so. God does not attempt to answer the question, and this is the last time we hear of her pain. For many of us, these past few weeks have been ones of extreme anguish, a time of many questions and very few answers. And I have often found myself wondering, like Rebekah, what is it all for? If this is what being a human being or a Jew or a justice seeker in the world means, then why must we endure it? Try to find joy in it. What's the point? This past weekend, I was in Chicago to officiate a wedding of 2 old friends. They'd been planning to get married this coming August in upstate New York, which would have been my first time officiating a wedding post-ordination. But the unexpected and worsening health of one of their parents necessitated an urgent change of plans. So the guest list was cut significantly, and what would have been a summer wedding in the Northeast became an autumn wedding in Chicago. During our first premarital counseling session, one of them remarked that given the chaos and calamity in their family and in the wider world, this would likely be the most depressing wedding I would do in my career. And after a moment of silence, I shook my head and remarked that I didn't think that was the case. You aren't canceling your wedding to plan a funeral, I told them. You're making meaningful and compassionate changes to prioritize that which is most important at a wedding: family, tradition, love. And I have to tell you that I have never been at a wedding filled with so much joy. This celebration was intimate and emotional, abundant with pride and appreciation for what this couple had sacrificed to make it happen on such short notice. The frills had given way to the purity of a couple's abounding love and their desire to move mountains in order to share that love with the people closest to them. And there wasn't a soul in that room that wasn't profoundly moved by all of it. There's a well-known Talmudic teaching that says, if a funeral procession and a wedding procession meet at an intersection, the wedding procession goes first. Not because it is somehow more important or deserving of primacy, but because it is specifically during times of great pain and suffering when the cultivation of joy becomes the most precious, the most critical. A means by which to nourish our souls and restore the strength needed to prioritize what really matters in our lives. In this moment of chaos and calamity for us, it is perfectly acceptable to lean in to the pain. Our hearts break at the scenes of horrifying violence and innocent bloodshed occurring in Israel and Palestine. Our stomachs sink in fear for the families of those who remain in captivity, and our blood boils for the thousands of innocent Israeli and Palestinian children who have been senselessly slaughtered in a war they played no part in creating. Our pain is valid, it's important, and it will likely be enduring, but we cannot allow it to consume us. Pain and joy live in a steady coexistence within our bodies, each serving a pivotal role in its own place and time. When we spend all of our energy on nurturing joy, we become complacent to the very real challenges facing the world and its inhabitants. But when we suffocate ourselves with pain, we not only inhibit our ability to help address those challenges, but also descend into a darkness like the one Rebecca finds herself in. Arthur Brene Brown writes, "A wild heart can beat with gratitude and lean into pure joy without denying the struggles in the world. We hold that tension with the spirit of the wilderness. It's not always easy or comfortable. Sometimes we struggle with the weight of the pull, but what makes it possible is a front made of love and a back built of courage." Over these past 5 weeks, many of us have been unable to put down that part of ourselves that is etched in pain and grief. It's soaking with our tears, and yet we feel that putting it down would somehow be a betrayal to our people, our values, our unity. But on this Shabbat, I want to invite us, for the sake of our endurance and our humanity, to create a little space for that other piece of our souls to shine through as well. To open ourselves up to experiencing not only the pain of this moment, but also the joy of a tradition that validates deep and honest human feeling, of a people whose fortitude and faith remain very much alive. Because that is a part of us too. Lama ze anochi? Why must we exist in a world of such glaring dichotomies, where suffering and bliss occur simultaneously but feel mutually exclusive? The silent lesson from God in this week's Parsha is that life is made of both extremes, singing and weeping, dancing and fleeing, living and dying. To live a life is to experience both, sometimes separately, and other times as a pair. In this moment, let us remember that we have not one, but two pockets. May we find the strength to draw them both in, and the courage to keep their words, to heed their words. Shabbat Shalom.
Im ken lama ze anochi? If this is so, if this is the world that we live in, if these are the lives that we inhabit right now, why do we exist? Why are we here? The rabbis say that when we come together for prayer, maybe on Shabbat or during the weekday, but when we come together for prayer, that the gates of righteousness and justice are open just a little bit more, and we're able to access and tap into something a bit deeper than we otherwise are unable to do. And so another response to im ken lama ze anochi, if this is so, if this is the world that we live in, why must we exist, is so that we can actually help others. We can help one another through this. And one of the ways in which we can do that is through our Misha Berach Lecholim prayer, which can be found on page 253. It's an opportunity for us to bring to mind and call forth those in our lives who need a little bit of strength, need some healing, need some love, need some support. That person may be a loved one in our lives. It might be someone we don't know. It might be ourselves. It's not selfish to give us a Misha Berach prayer. I'll invite you to bring that person or those people to mind. And if you feel comfortable, I'll invite you to share their names, either out loud in our community or in your hearts silently as our eyes meet. With our whole hearts, Misha Berach.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
A refuah shlema, a speedy and whole shalom recovery for all who are in need of healing. And we'll all say together, Amen.
Amen. A Prayer of Joy by Alden Salovey. God, thank you for joy and delight, for wonder and awe, for moments of gladness and celebration. Grant me the ability to breathe gentleness into my hours and seasons, so that I live awake to beauty, to holiness, to the radiance that surrounds me. Grant me the wisdom to arrive each day with passion and with humor, with song and with dance, with smiling eyes, in service to myself, in service to others, and in service to your holy name.
Amen. Our concluding service begins on page 282 with the Aleinu, and we'll rise in all the ways that we're able. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tev gedula le'otzeh reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, ve'gor aleinu kechol amonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim livnei melech malchei hamachim hakadosh baruch hu. Page 287. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu bayom hahu yireh Adonai echad u'shemo echad u'shemo echad u'shemo Words to prepare for Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, can be found at the bottom of page 291. There are stars up above, so far away that we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. As we recite Kaddish this evening, we especially remember Richard Atlas, Paul Bierman, Jack Chernus, David Diamond, Estelle Diamond, David Dresser, Eve Duboff, Lillian Fields, Sam Flom, Lily Barber Bearer Frankel, Libby Friedman, Reginald Gilbert, Faye Betty Green, Eugene Herzog, Beatrice Hockman, Shirley Kaplan, Morton Kleinberg, Frank Klopper, Nathan J. Kurland, Florence Lassers, Bennett Lee, Flo Levine, Caroline Fetchheimer Marcus, Jacob Rader Marcus, Joseph Marenberg, Doris W. Marks, Daniel Millman, Marvin Mirish, Miriam Olian, Leah Poster, Norman W. Sadik, Ethel Salinger, Lorraine Shore, Minnie Melick Smiler, Lawrence Stein, Belle Trabish, Yossi Tsabari, Howard Turkle, David Vermouth, Bessie Warshaw, Dee Weinberg, Dorothy Wittert. If there are other names, other folks, loved ones whom you're holding, or if I mispronounced your loved one's name, I'll invite you to rise and share their names with us as a community or in your hearts. As one community, we'll rise for Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 294. We'll join together. Yitkadal, v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, ba'alma divra chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chaye chon u'v'yomei chon, u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach la'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal shmei d'kudsha brichu la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shmaya v'hayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen. May the one who brings peace and wholeness and shalom in the high realms bring that shalom and wholeness and completeness to us and to our loved ones, to our people Israel, and to the entire world. And we'll all say together, Amen. Oh, say shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Ve'imru, amen. Ve'imru, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.